Boom. Wow.
What's going on?
Fantastic. Courier there. Not heard. Oh.
I'm making a little fashion statement, and it's good to see you guys.
You too, man.
Yeah. Hey, is Ryan there? He is there.
Yeah, it's hard to squeeze in here. There we go. Now we're all in.
Don't you hide from me, Ryan. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes tonight to talk about your new album, OK Orchestra, to talk about the stuff that we've done during the pandemic to promote that album. And I'd also like to play a little game halfway through. So lots of plans. That sound like fun?
That sounds great.
Okay, awesome. Let's start. I wanted to ask you about my favorite AJR song, specifically just because it mentions our morning show that we run on this station, Elvis Duran and the Morning Show. So my favorite song is Come Hang Out. I noticed, even though that song came out a little while ago, there's still some very similar themes lyrically between Come Hang Out and what you're talking about in OK Orchestra. So I'm wondering, do you guys still feel like there's things that you have to do, like sacrifices you have to make as artists? And if so, is that getting easier to do? Is it getting harder to do? How do you feel about that?
I think it's probably only getting harder because thankfully the band has gotten bigger. That's a great thing. We've also gotten older since we made the Click, where the Click is very much teenage problems. It's very much, I want to hang out with my friends, and I can't because I have this passion, which when you're a teenager, that's an extremely real problem. That's like the biggest problem you know a lot of people have. And now we're more grown up, and now it's more about like, wow, I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the birth of my kid someday. What am I going to have to miss for my passion and for my job? So I think you're right. I think it's definitely continued on that path, just in a more serious way.
Interesting. Yeah. That's fair. Let's go ahead and get kind of into a little bit more of some of the stuff about the album, because you've got a lot of different interesting themes that you talk about lyrically, not just the missing out on life, or not just the struggles of getting older, or not just the questions about the future, but also there's this sense that really ended up being just so timely that things really feel bad right now, but they're kind of getting better.
Yeah.
Did you guys write any of that music with either, I guess could have been COVID. Did you write any of it with COVID or politics or all the things that have been bringing people down? Did you write that with that in mind, or did it just kind of as a happy accident work out?
Sort of both. I'm guessing you're talking about Way Less Sad specifically.
Yeah.
Very, very funny. Way Less Sad, we had chorus written for another artist, and we took the chorus back for us because we AJRs, and that was like I think a year at least before the pandemic started. And then we knew we loved it, write it, and we didn't really put a lot, we didn't jump into it back then. When the pandemic started, we started writing the lyrics around Way Less Sad, and that, like the rest of the, coincidentally, I and Happy About pertain very, very well. And then we just sort of filled in the rest of the lyrics in terms of what was going on politically and in terms of the pandemic. So that, the verse lyrics very much so were related to now.
Interesting. Let's talk about another one of the songs off the album, OK Orchestra, which, by the way, I found out tonight is really good music to cook dinner to.
Oh, wow.
That was my soundtrack. I was like, it's going to take 45 minutes to do this recipe. So, in the very last song, in Christmas in June, still talking about the balance of life, of music, of goals. I want to do something that my therapist made me do. So I'm going to make you guys do it now. Let's put the professional stuff aside. Forget the music, forget the tour, forget the sales, all that. Each one of you guys, could you name one personal and strictly personal goal that you have for the near future?
Wow, what a great question.
Not work related.
Yeah, no work, even outside.
No work at all. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Nice. Adam, that's you.
I get to go
Adam,
first?
you have a lot of goals for yourself. I just made that up. I have no idea if that's true or not. Do you have one?
It's hard to do something.
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead. I think that 2020 kind of forced me to think about how to live in discomfort, and I think to be at peace with things that are uncomfortable. My goal is to get better.
It's gonna pass me all the way over. Right?
My goal is to surround myself with people that make me happy, and trim the fat of people that don't.
I was going to say that. That's partially my goal. My goal is to work on stop trying to please everyone in the world, because it's never ever gonna work.
Talking about the you'll lose half your fans if you talk about what you want kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, great reference. Yes.
Yep. All right. Well, with that seriousness out of the way, I would love to play a game. You guys game to play?
Yes.
All right. So this is a Google interview for AJR. When you search AJR, these are some of the questions that people also ask about you.
Oh no.
This is an AI-generated interview.
Okay.
I've been written down over here. I took out the ones that were like, nobody cares about that, but these are the fun ones.
Okay. Here we go.
Are AJR quitting?
So that is from,
yeah. What's that a reference?
That's
to?
a reference to a line on Neo Theater as like one of the last lines on that album, where we say if it's our final album.
Or it's also a reference to Bang too. I remember we
yeah.
got that when we first put out Bang too. It was really funny because like then the answer is no, we're not quitting. And I know it's much more fun to, are they not? We don't really have a plan to quit anytime soon. But it's really funny that that's where people's minds went right away. I don't know, I guess for the kind of band that like gives off like our songs could mean many different things and they want to like figure out is this secret mysterious thing behind it. It's funny that that's the first place they went to. But no, the answer is definitely not quitting anytime soon.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The second question, auto-generated by Google. How did AJR get famous?
How did we get famous?
It's been very slow.
Yeah, very, very slow. It's hard to pinpoint a moment. I guess the first, time we started having fans was our song Week. We put that out and it was, it really just sort of took off on Spotify, and radio played it, and it got a ton of streams. And then people started kind of coming to our shows finally. And we took that as an opportunity to really go crazy with our shows and really try to give people something they haven't normally seen before. And I'm guessing that sort of caused a little bit of word of mouth to happen, where, if one person, if everyone from that, 100-person show tells a person, then it's 200 next time, and then hopefully it keeps doubling. So that's been the idea behind it.
Okay, so we're going with grassroots movement then.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think so.
I can't really pinpoint it to anywhere else.
Cool. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Third question, auto-generated for you guys by Google search results. Does AJR use auto-tune?
Yes, AJR does use auto-tune. Not all the time, but like any other artist does, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes for little notes, and then sometimes for the effect of it. Like in Wait at the Bridge, we kind of wanted it to feel like this underwater, panicky, drowning thing, and so we overused auto-tune. But it's fun to use it as like a tool unto itself.
Yeah, everyone is very anti-auto-tune. These are actually not as much as they used to be. There was this whole anti-auto-tune movement, and it got to the point where I always looked at it being like, I just don't understand the movement. And like, don't you like the song? Like, if they're hitting the right notes, what's the like? Aren't you enjoying listening to the song? It never really.
I completely agree. Some of my favorite songs are like those 2010s EDM dance Calvin Harris records that are just dripping with the stuff.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah.
I love that stuff, but Google wanted to know, so.
Okay, there we go.
This will be a good one from Google. This will be a real good one. What is AJR's best song? Ask Google searchers.
In our opinion, I think our best song probably is Karma.
Nothing.
I thought you were gonna say you.
No.
I think Karma in general. I think that there's a lot on there, and I guess it's a personal one for me. And I think the Trick on this new album is probably my favorite. I think it's a deep song. I was definitely happy when we wrote that one. What about you guys?
Best song, just as a song, forget the like production. I think Dear Winter.
Oh yeah, that's on it too.
Cool. Yeah.
If you're forgetting production completely, probably Christmas in June for me is the best Fritz
Sort of a
song.
weird. Whoa, Adam hates the production on Christmas in June.
No, I don't hate.
No,
No,
I'm saying just the song.
No,
my favorite
no,
song
I'm not listening to you guys. No, Adam hates the production.
My favorite song on the album is Joe, but I think a lot of that is contributed, by the production.
Gotcha.
Okay, so definitely mixed opinions, but generally the newer stuff, I mean, Besides, you know what? We'll leave it up to interpretation, I guess.
Good.
What is AJR's best song? Last one. This is the final question, auto-generated by Google search results. When you type in AJR, Google wants to know, is AJR family-friendly music?
Oh, that's a cool question. I mean, according to what we've seen at shows, yeah, we see a lot of parents and kids that are like both fans of us, and they've sort of kind of bonded over that.
Multi-generational too. We've had like
Grandmas
people,
and
grandparents come to the meet and greet as well.
and they both know the lyrics very well.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the parent.
Oh yeah,
we definitely we curse and we definitely talk about things that aren't appropriate for kids. But if they're cool parents that are okay,
you look really cool right now. The way you're sitting is super cool.
I'm gonna be a cool parent one
Wow, jeez, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's right.
Fair enough. So it is cool family appropriate, and that'll wrap up our little Google game. So thank you guys for playing. I'm gonna go in after the interview and just type all that out. Just answer everybody's questions for them.
Yeah, a service. I love it.
2 fan questions that I collected I thought were really good, and one of them was, would you ever have a bark mitzvah for your dog?
Okay, well, that's the cutest thing ever. Now, I've never thought of that, of a bark mitzvah, but that sounds really cute, so I think we should start getting that ready.
Yeah.
You got her to, I'm trying to think of Hebrew school, a pun, but I'll do some thinking, and I'll get back to you on that.
It kind of sucks because our dog is Jehovah's Witness, so we can't really her.
Can't really, your dog is anti-celebration, yeah?
Yeah.
How canceled are we going to be by the end of this conversation?
For saying,
I'm sure that they're going to come after us for saying our dog is a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what they're going to do? You know what they're going to do, right? Is they're going to knock on your door.
Hey.
Boom. Sorry. Other fan question from Neo is her name. Neo wanted to know, what was the inspiration behind the kind of watercolor looking, kind of hand-drawn looking album art cover for OK Orchestra?
What was the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, for each album we do different characters, like, and the Click was very 2D, so I'm trying to like, and the Neo Theater was the puppets, and OK Orchestra are these cracked ceramic dolls, and we knew we didn't want the dolls to just be in the real world, because that felt kind of not what the album felt very fantastical, and so we thought, let's put them into this watercolor painted, half black and white, half colored world.
That's cool. That's awesome. All right, well, kind of wrapping up the cues real quick. I wanted to make sure, because last time we talked, it was during the pandemic, totally crazy different world. I didn't realize that you wore the hat, otherwise I would have been wearing it back then too. But one of the things that I noticed is that Adam in the back, you were very quiet last time, and I wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to shine a light on something that I know you feel very passionate about, and that is eco-friendly behavior and changing our planet for the better. And I wanted to give you a sec, just kind of in basic terms, nothing too crazy, to talk about some of the little things that maybe you think would be important if we could all start doing today to help Mother Nature feel a little bit better about herself. What would you recommend?
Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there are so many things you can do, and most of them are really easy. And I say that you make both, because, you know, when you go to the grocery store, you can choose to use products that are more sustainable friendly. And one of the easiest things you can do is change your electricity to come from renewable resources. And that's really complicated. But when you get your electric bill, in most places, there's a little box at the bottom that you can check, and it doesn't cost any more money, and it tells the electric that you want your electricity in your home to come from wind energy or solar energy or hydroelectric energy. Oh, wow. And it is absolutely the easiest thing.
You don't have to pay more for that?
You don't have to pay more for it.
That's insane.
Nope.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just tells the electric company that they should be doing more to get more renewable resources. So, yeah, that's the easy.
Well, thank you. That's a really good tip. I'm gonna have to look into that myself, because I had no idea it existed. So that's why you're the expert. All right, and yeah, let's see. What do I have here? That's right. Last question for you guys, and thank you again for putting up with me and all the things that I'm throwing in your direction.
Absolutely.
The entirety of the AJR fandom wants to know, what's going to happen to the How It Was Made song production live streams? This is a Ryan question.
Oh my god.
Ryan's been getting so much for this.
I have no excuse. So I tried to do a live stream, and my computer is so old, and then I needed to like load everything onto my new computer, and I got really lazy, and then a whole bunch of other work came up, and we had to do all these sessions for other artists and Broadway stuff. So guys, I'm sorry, I'll do it at some point. But now I kind of like just hyping it up. Maybe I'll just wait a while so that the excitement grows for it.
Nice. Do a 24-hour live stream. It's 24 hours and you just break down
Every time.
Oh my god.
Just nothing but production. No breaks, no bathroom, no food, just production.
Great production.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I'd love to wrap up by doing a little activity that I love doing with artists, and two of you guys have been through it before, and welcome to the tradition, Ryan. I want to turn off the comments, and the chat needs to pay attention here. We're going to do, if you guys are okay with it, because it's always important to ask just in case. As long as you guys are down, I'd love to do an Instagram Live photo shoot where the chat takes screenshots, and that serves as our pictures together. Is that cool?
I love it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so last time, the one that I posted was all of us going like this, so I feel like we've got to do something different. And why don't we, normally I let the artist decide, but for the first one, do you mind if I take the lead?
Please, please.
We got a request on my Instagram story. I was asking about it. Somebody really wanted all of us to hit the dab. Can we hit the dab?
Yeah, I'll try to get my here.
Screenshot this and send us these pictures of us doing the dab. Go ahead and DM that. So, if you guys are ready, I mean,
here you guys go for it.
Yeah.
Wait, all of us Adam, we gotta leave.
We can barely see Adam. There we go. Everyone's hitting the dab. Take those screenshots, y'all.
Right. It doesn't really look like we're doing it, so that's gonna be exciting.
It's gonna be very exciting. It's gonna be like, AJR and Waters on Air falling over together. You want to do? You guys want to decide on one last pose, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it all up.
Let's do shirts over nose.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Like Of course, this had to be the day to wear a V-neck.
Nice. I think they. Right, there you go.
I think that's good. Hey, it's a pleasure to hang out with you guys. Always a lot of fun. Thank you for giving us some great music. Thank you for giving us some great conversation. And I can't wait to see what's next. Maybe, hint, hint, a music video for 3 o'clock things.
Maybe. Yes,
maybe
definitely.
very soon.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Editing it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is AJR, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming in. Send the screenshots if you got them from our live photo shoot. And until next time, guys, I really appreciate you again. Peace amongst worlds, gentlemen.
Amazing. Good to see you again, man. Thank you.